You're listening to a Lost in the Groove segment.
Having good vibes with your bones and joints. Taking a trip into the groove. American groove into stoner world. Gonna play.
Ain't no stopping, yes. But people like songs where you can kind of sing along.
Okay.
You can sing the chorus or whatever. Those songs are really catchy because, people can sing along. So that song in particular, which I would say most people don't know, but some people in your generation know what LMFAO is because it was popular when you guys were, kids.
When I was in high school, are you kidding me?
Yeah, when you're,
Pitbull, Eminem,
young.
LMFAO, Chris
Yeah.
Brown.
So somehow LMFAO is I realized that people of your generation do know what it was because it was popular when they were in junior high or even 5th, 6th grade or something like that. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So that translated.
I've been called I'm in a school full of 18-year-olds. Not everybody's 18, 18, 19, but I'm 25. And some of us are 25, 26, 28. And we feel old.
Yeah.
Okay? Because there's shit that we're used to, stuff that we've been around and been a part of and stuff. And they have no idea. They're like, oh my God, that's so old school. And I'm like, oh my God, don't make me feel old right now.
I was saying the thing that I really appreciate about the younger generation is that they don't do as much sugarcoating. They have a lot more realism, and there isn't a lot of they need shit sugar-coated as much. I feel back when I was 16, 18, we didn't just accept that the whole world was bullshit. We kind of, that's a terrible thing to say, but if you get what I mean, the younger generation seems to be a little bit more down to earth. They seem to be more Yeah, it's not everybody, but the ones that I've been around, they seem to have a little bit more, reality happening, but yeah, not always. But I guess I would just say, they can see the bullshit a little bit better than I remember people being able to see bullshit or not when I was young. It wasn't as common.
It's really weird
to see the bullshit.
There's almost where you have two sides, because technically people will call me Gen Z, but realistically I'm what you call early Gen Z, or and I've said this many times, almost even late millennial. And there's almost this stigma of where we're kind of clumped in with Gen Z, but we're nothing like them. I don't, it's almost crazy, banana, that we're talking about almost 5 or 6 years. So we're talking from 96 to 2000.
I'm an elder millennial.
You're a late millennial, honey. You're 88.
Yeah, an elder millennial.
Oh, yeah.
Elder millennial.
You're not a baby millennial.
Me.
Yeah, you'd have to been born 79 or 80 to be early millennial. But that's just fucking cocaine, Porsche, model wife life. Nah. But then again, maybe. Yes. LMFAO. See what I did there?
Yes.
It works.
No, it was a really good time. I just have to say that I had so much fun in 2011. Yeah, 2010, 2011, LMFAO kicked ass. There were a couple other bands, but LMFAO was fun. There were a lot of bands that were really fun, but they were definitely really entertaining.
For me at the time, was definitely One Direction. Like we were no, like because
Okay,
like
okay.
yeah, like One Direction was like really really big, and like a lot of people were like into Selena Gomez at the time. I think it was like
Mhm.
2011, 2012, like when she started to get like her career off. Like Miley Cyrus was kind of big. Like you remember Party in the USA?
Yeah.
Like
How do you get your
everybody.
career off, by the way? Is it just like enough of like this?
Oh, you're talking about Miley or Billy? Because
No, you
there's
were
two
just
different
saying like
generations.
her career really got off. She got her career off. I'm like,
Oh
oh
yeah,
god,
yeah.
like
She jerked it all the way to fucking Venus.
yeah, Party in the USA was fun. It's fun to think of Miley Cyrus like
Pre
just yeah.
pre her psycho break, and then she lost her voice, and now she sounds like a mixture.
Party in the US.
Yeah, now she kind of sounds like Carly
I
Rae.
like it.
She sounds like Carly Rae Jepsen, but like almost like Willie Nelson combined.
Do you remember Macy Gray?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Damn, that was good. That Cole voice,
Macy
like
Gray is good. I want to remember like some of the words from like the Macy Gray song because it's
they were. I remember they were
if
very
you can-
poetic.
yeah, if you can mimic it, it's really funny. I'll
Well,
do it just for laughs.
It's really hilarious because we talk about this back and forth, like particularly. I'm from New York, but so many people tell me like I
Oh.
have that like Southern tang to the way I talk, and I don't realize that until I start listening to my damn voice, and I'm just like, Lord, Lord, Lordy, Lord. You're pulling up
Dude,
the.
I found it.
found
Remember
it?
she sings Try. So she's like, I try to walk away and I stumble.
I stumble. I can't do it. I can't do it.
It's true. My world crumbles when I am not with you.
You need
Yeah,
the background.
no, it's really good. I try to walk away and I stumble.
She's got this like.
It's beautiful.
It is. It's like,
She has a couple Christmas songs that are really, really good too, but like that's what's great is like certain artists can make like a whole like career out of just having a unique voice. I mean, she does have a good voice. Like she does hit all of the notes. Like people could say like, "Oh, her voice is, screwed up," but to actually be
Miley?
able to hit the notes. Well, Miley hits all the notes, but Macy Gray hits the notes, but
oh yeah.
Miley, I mean, shit, they might autocorrect that stuff nowadays, but she is professionally trained and she has sang her whole life, so I wouldn't be surprised if she's actually hitting them notes herself.
Well, you take somebody like even like Celine Dion, where for me personally, that lady has been a little over the top, but that's okay. It's Celine Dion.
I heard a lot of good things about her.
But when she got up in Paris and she performed, it was just, that shows resilience. I mean, because she was diagnosed with a physically crippling disease, but yet has managed to be able to still sing very similar to her early career. I don't. It's wild. I mean, when you hear Celine Dion, it's Celine Dion. Come on, come on.
Yeah, Celine Dion is better than almost anybody. Like when it comes to like vocal range and performance,
powerful
and ability.
She's a powerful voice.
You brought up the word resilience. The actual definition of resilience is the ability to bounce back. So I think that's kind of cool.
She did bounce back.
Right.
She had to. I mean, she literally said that, like, I don't have anything else to live for. Like, this is my life. This is who I am. This is what makes me me.
How did you find this out about Celine Dion? Like, did you watch the thing?
I watched the interview.
Yeah. So is there a documentary about Celine Dion, like on Netflix or something?
I don't believe so. I've watched the ABC interview. I've seen like behind the scenes and things. She's very professional when she talks. Very similar to Audrey Hepburn. If you want to give a comparison, like Celine Dion, kind of like the way she talks is kind of similar to how Audrey used to respond. But it's really wild to like hear her perspective and her like mental approach to all of this. I always really find it fascinating because like we literally started this conversation with memorable people that no matter where you are, you're like, okay, I know what that is. Like most people know who that is. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
it's a memorable voice that you know immediately.
Oh, I forgot that she was Canadian.
Who? Celine Dion?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's Canadian. She speaks French.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I knew that she speaks a different language, but it didn't like click with me real quick that it was
Do you know-
French.
Okay, do you know what I realized also for myself? Because when I would because I sometimes for like shits and giggles, I just like, I go on GarageBand and I make songs and stuff. Nothing real or anything, but I have been experimenting with French, particularly with making French lyrics. And my vocal range is completely different with French, okay? It's weird. I'm able to hit higher notes, stay longer with certain points, and balance back and forth than I can in English. And that's something that's kind of wild to think about. Like if you have a singer like Celine Dion or there are others. I just can't think of any.
Yeah. I could see that. Like
They speak the two. Like it's
I feel like yeah, I could see that like different like having the freedom of like
not just one, but two.
having the freedom of a different language that isn't like your most common language for yourself, like your first language. Trying to sing in a second language, I think, could give you a little bit more freedom as far as like the way that you sing it.
I think so too.
I would worry about my pronunciation, like without
Well-
like talking to a professional. I would worry about like if I'm pronouncing everything right.
For me, it's very easy to like use a program like ChatGPT or Google Translate and kind of go back and forth and kind of check like because my father was French, like he was French Moroccan, and I've kind of been around French to a certain degree where I don't speak it at all, but I kind of have a good idea of how things are pronounced. Like I'm kind of at a point where if I can see a phrase in French and somebody tells me on how it's read, I remember the next time, usually to read it again, and I know how to pronounce it.
I'll just say that I studied French before I went to France and I memorized all kinds of stuff. And when I got there, everything that I thought I knew was complete trash. Everything was way more complicated than I ever imagined it would be.
It always is.
That's how it was for me. Like, I was like, oh, okay, that's not how you ask for water.
Well, what
I was like, what the fuck? Like,
the thing that I learned with ChatGPT, which I didn't know before, was particularly with French, Moroccan, like Moroccan French, we have different pronunciations. So, like, we say je, not je, it's je. There's like a very hard je at the very beginning. There's no P's, it's all B's. So it's bu, not pu.
people from France would say that British English and American English are like two different Englishes.
They kind of are. I have a friend that's in the UK, and a lot of the times when I talk to her, I use British English with her on the phone. We're all about the artist. That is the whole purpose of this podcast, period. And you have a really valuable tool. You can share this with artists, people that are creative, someone that can enjoy this podcast and really enjoy the experience of Lost in the Groove. So, with that, let's jump back to today's episode, shall we? Talk about like my car being in the service garage, because if I say garage, she doesn't understand me.
It's like it's more proper the way that they structure things. I understand, and they teach them British English, so they find American English more challenging.
It's harder for the thing is when you're having a conversation with someone that's British, if they're not used to American words, they have to think. And sometimes they don't. So they kind of like miss what you just said in a sentence. And then you can't get your point across. That's what I'm trying to say, And that can be really fucking annoying when you're trying to have a conversation with somebody.
I just couldn't understand anything. I did a terrible job at trying to speak to people. I tried, and I think that's what you're supposed to do, but I did okay on a couple things, but for the most part, no. I just stayed quiet.
It's taken me a while. The wild thing is sometimes because I have it in my brain, I will randomly use the British English without even thinking about it. Like there are times I'll just be like Zed, or where's the trolley, or where's the way out.
How did your dad learn English?
My dad learned English from television and talking to people.
So they didn't teach it in his school at all?
Not really, no. But my father spoke French, Arabic, English, Yiddish, and Spanish. Oh, it was hilarious. My dad used to hire the illegals, people particularly from Guatemala, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Puerto Rico. They used to come into New York. He used to hire them. So after quite some time, he had to learn some Spanish. And my dad just had conversations with these people. And it was just so fun, because this man knew so many languages, has been through multiple cultures.
Yeah.
There's all those dynamics, and kind of tying back to if you think about it, you gotta have some type of dynamic grasp if you want to be memorable.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's much more easier to remember people once you have some unique flair about them. It's what makes people memorable is when they open up and show their unique qualities.
People forget that Shakira speaks Spanish. Literally.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, so Celine Dion speaks French. Celine Dion is Canadian. I would say do we get to claim Adele? Does America get to claim Adele? Is she from here?
She's from the UK.
What the fuck?
She's from London.
Who's our most talented vocal performer, female wise? I mean, there's Beyonce, but
people will say Sabrina Carpenter, but to be honest, I'm kind of
but a belter,
Taylor Swift.
No, she's still not a ballad performer, a Celine Dion.
Well, there was Aretha Franklin, but she passed away.
Aretha Franklin. Who's the other one? Diana Ross.
Whitney Houston.
Yes.
Whitney Houston.
American powerhouses. I guess powerhouse is what. I don't know. I don't think Taylor Swift gets to be a powerhouse. She's not. Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift. She's not a Celine Dion.
She's overrated.
I don't know, but there's a difference between these
I'm
women.
I'm gonna stick on my side. Taylor Swift is 100% overrated. But go on.
I think there's a time and place for her. I don't know how high people are rating her, so I might agree with you too, but I do like it. I think I wouldn't really want a world without.
I would rather go to an Amy Winehouse concert.
Oh, I would definitely rather go to an Amy Winehouse concert.
I guarantee you,
say that Amy Winehouse sucks or something.
No, Amy Winehouse is awesome. I love Amy Winehouse. That's what I'm saying is if Amy Winehouse was alive right now, Taylor Swift would have no competition. None.
Yeah, but it's you're saying she basically doesn't have competition because Amy Winehouse isn't alive.
Come on,
Amy Winehouse probably didn't suck Beyonce's dick, and that's probably why she's dead.
No, well, she overdosed.
I know. I'm just talking shit.
I know. Me too. No, but she actually did overdose.
I don't. You said they say she did. I don't believe a damn thing people say when people die. I just have to say that. What's the other musician passed away? Suicide.
Oh, recently, yeah, from
last week.
Yeah, from One Direction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Liam Payne. Is it Liam Payne? Yeah, it's Liam Payne.
Yeah, that's sad. But who believes it or not? I think it's fucking weird. All of it's weird. People go dead. I don't like any of it.
He was a fantastic
Singer.
Oh my god, he makes Ed Sheeran look like a pornographic paraphernalia. But it's kind of
Like a
sad.
dildo?
I don't like Ed Sheeran. But when you look at when you look when you look at somebody like that and he's just gone, you just start to get curious. You're like the what ifs, because I'm gonna be honest, Taylor Swift is very talented, but again, if you have somebody like Amy Winehouse that was alive right now in 2024, and she had also a concert, I don't think Taylor Swift's concerts would have been as packed. It's just
what year? I hear you.
Amy
I'm just
Winehouse.
wondering if they overlap. What year did Amy Winehouse die?
2011, I believe.
Yeah.
I think it was 2011, 2000.
I think it's sooner. Oh, you're right. 2011. So, yeah, Amy.
Hey, it's Dave, and I quickly just wanted to jump in and say if you've been enjoying the podcast and enjoying this episode, if you can leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, that'll be so greatly appreciated. Because here's the thing. Someone might read that review and make the choice if they want to listen to the podcast. You get to help grow this podcast with us. How fucking cool is that? Let's jump back to today's episode.
Winehouse was making music at the same time that Taylor Swift was starting out.
And she was overselling Taylor Swift.
So you're saying that Taylor Swift had Amy Winehouse killed?
Possibly.
I'm just fucking around, but
possibly. I mean, it's a great idea.
How about we write some fiction? Amy Winehouse.
And make it real, like our U.S. government.
Amy Winehouse's people were trying to kill Taylor Swift, is the truth. And then Taylor Swift's people killed Amy Winehouse instead.
Shit. It's like color war.
That's the twist.
It's like color war when you're in camp, and you're like, your team's gonna lose. You're like, oh shit, let's kill the other team's leader, and that way we win, because without their leader they lose.
Yeah. I don't know. It's really strange. I heard a bunch of contradicting things about Amy Winehouse. People would say all these things about how she's trouble or whatever, but then they went and they interviewed her school, and they were like, no, Amy was fine. She's really, really good student. We don't even believe that she would ever get fucked up like that.
The thing that I the thing that I wanted to point out about Amy that Taylor doesn't have, Amy speaks in a way that's within depths. When you listen to Amy, it puts you almost in this trance, and you kind of have this desire for more. I feel like Amy can speak to more people in more an adaptable way. I love how Taylor Swift has designed her albums, but she's very much designed her content around Taylor instead of venturing into other ideas the way that Amy Winehouse did. And we could have possibly had more if Amy was alive, but she's dead. So
I think that too much do people take for granted a human being doing everything that Amy was doing. And plus Amy was doing it with a genuine essence that a lot of people don't have. And so it's much more draining than others.
Oh yeah.
But a lot of Amy's famous songs were covers.
True.
She sang a lot of classic jazz, piano. Whoever picked out music for her did a damn good job. And if she picked out her own music, she's really smart. But they picked out these specific songs that would definitely work for her.
We're definitely gonna have that
and
one
then put
person
them all in her key that she needs them in.
We're definitely going to have like one person that's going to comment and be like, these people hate Taylor Swift.
I don't mind Taylor Swift.
I don't mind her either.
Do you remember my picture of Taylor Swift in the grocery store? It's my favorite. Taylor Swift in the grocery store.
She probably has never been in a grocery store.
Oh, I got a picture of her in a grocery store, and she's like staring at the produce, and she's like, "What the fuck?" Like here, yeah. Sorry, hold on, podcasties. Yeah.
I'm down.
Ooh,
I'm down
I
to my
found
last
it.
meat. I'm down to my last meat stick.
Yeah. Okay, so how do I share it with you? Copy. I'm an elder millennial here. I'm working on it.
You could text it to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so you can see she's in a Whole Foods and she's staring at like the broccoli basically. Or like leeks or something, and she just looks kind of like, ooh, as though she's never seen food before it's cooked. You know, like that's what I'm saying is like I don't think that she's ever seen like food produce before it's chopped up.
Did somebody like photograph her in the Whole Foods? Is that it?
I believe that this is staged. I believe that Whole Foods paid her to come in and be there and pick stuff out. Or she wanted to be seen at a Whole Foods looking like a regular person. But I believe the whole thing is staged. But this is one of my most favorite pictures ever because like
there's so many.
I love going to the Whole Foods. And this is something that I do. But her basket is empty as fuck. There's hardly anything in this.
There isn't anything in it.
There's nothing in her little empty basket.
There's nothing in there.
And she just, I don't know, not the one in the polka dot dress. I've never seen that, but it looks like she eventually puts the basket
down.
Oh no, she's gone to Whole Foods more than once. But the one in the jean shorts is the one that makes me laugh, like where I feel like she's looking at like, you know,
but
either a cucumber or like something like that, and she's like, I've never seen this not chopped up.
But she wears the same clothes practically in every single picture, except like her pants change. Just like her top.
These two shirts that she has are like very similar.
Very similar. Like they're almost like from the same company.
Oh, they're definitely from the same company. I feel like I've seen them before, actually. Like, I kind of know who makes them. And to be honest, I think I might actually have one that is like that, or someone gave it to me. And I didn't like the way that it felt or something like that. Or like, I kind of remember like coming encounters with like whatever designer this is. And I could probably find it because like there's just so many pictures of this online that I'm sure somebody spoke about.
It's
this
just
shirt. Oh, look, there's another one where so there's one where she has like a little bit of black in the shirt on the top. There's one where there's red on the top, and then there's one where the whole top is striped.
Right.
So she's got like 3 of these shirts.
Yeah, she does.
She's probably got more. I believe like at that, I don't know. I feel like at that point you'd just wear everything like once. But I personally would get like, if I were like really rich, I'd probably get like weird. Like I'd probably get like really weird. Like if people like let me do whatever I wanted, I'd probably like wear like the same like 5 things like all the time.
This is not actually the same. Like there's been multiple sightings. Like it seems like she does
go to Whole Foods more than once.
Yeah, like I don't know.
I see maybe like 3 or 4 times. I'm not convinced that she does any of her own shopping. I'm not sure why she's there.
She has a reason.
I don't know why on earth she would need to go there, like at all. I hardly need to go there.
I sometimes have like those weird thoughts of, imagine Elton John going to the Erewhon to pick up a smoothie for his fiance. Like, where else are you going to find Elton John but an Erewhon?
I feel like, do you think that like she goes to the Whole Foods to like play like regular person, like, "Oh, I'm gonna be like a regular person and chop up my own cucumbers."
I mean, the thing about Taylor Swift is she's so far from being like everybody else. She's so famous. Like, she's super famous.
Yeah.
Like, even the 5-year-olds are pointing. They're like, "Mommy, is that Taylor Swift?" Yes, that is Taylor
Taylor
Swift.
Whiff.
Taylor. They probably don't know how to pronounce it, okay? Like,
Taylor Whiff.
Taylor Whiff or Woof.
Tater Whiff.
Tater Whiff. My daughter named Tater Whiff.
Taylor.
My granddaughter named Taty Whiff. And my great-great-great-daddy is Titi Whiff. Cool beans. Shit. Have we been like recording for a half hour?
Yeah, we did a good job.
Yeah, I have no idea what we talked about for the past
Just
30
pop
minutes.
culture shit. Like basically Celine
LMFAO.
Dion. Yeah. We talked a little bit about like music artists.
And we miss Amy. Amy, we miss you, honey. Can you come down from heaven and give us some good shit, please? Like maybe
Amy,
through
I really enjoyed Amy. I really needed her at that point in my life. It was really great.
It's kind of weird on how like some of the great, like even like Linkin Park, like they just...
Yeah, they had a good place.
They did.
Yeah.
They gave us a good time. You know, as they say, like the good times roll. Let the good times roll.
Let the good times
roll. So, if you want to check out Karissa, you can find her at American Groove and American Groove Pod on Instagram. If you want to check out more of Lost in the Groove, you can find us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Lost in the Groove Pod. So, with that, we love you, and we will catch you on next. Indeed, you need indeed. Peace out.